right. So we continued the Spirit Life conversation, and there's a place we left it at last time, and it was a good place. A good place. During prayer, I was carried somewhere, and I was in a council, and a question was raised by me. I raised a question there. So, but I've been told not to tell you that, so allow me to teach you. Now give me 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1 and 2. Let's begin from there. Let's begin from there. So we begin to labor so much that the things of the Spirit may become part of our own awareness, which means that what you intentionally become aware of forms part of your concrete stability. Now is a space of knowledge, whereby knowledge cometh. But see, every knowledge, as long as it comes into every man, there's always a point of judgment that knowledge is always subjected to. That judgment begin to stand as the only thing that must begin to bring an assurance whether the knowledge you have is of God or the knowledge you have is not of God. This begin to form part of our own stability, and it will interest you to know that in the realms of knowledge there are varieties of knowledge that a man can come in, a man can encounter in that space. So you can be doing things and knowledge is subjected to you, but see, in the space of knowledge you fail to understand what that knowledge stood for. So you are running everywhere, so that you see you have gained knowledge, or you have an access to knowledge, but that knowledge by judgment was not a knowledge that was to help you get into the things, deeper things of God. I've said that every knowledge in that realm is always subjected to its own judgment. Is a scrutiny mechanism that the realm of the Spirit always invokes. And normally these things begin to show how a man begins to do life and what begins to come as the fruit in the life of this man. Because one tendency of knowledge that knowing, as long as a knowledge has come in, the fruit of that knowledge will be able to reveal if that knowledge was really good for you or not. By all means, the fruit has to be there. Sometimes the fruit cannot be in your favor, and sometimes the fruit can be in your favor. No matter what happens, the fruit has to be. It is the condition of seed time and harvest time that whatever thing is seeded must eventually be harvested. So unless aborted. But see, as long as we keep onto the principle of seed time and harvest time, then you have to know that even the knowledge you got by that access, it entered into you as a seed, which means that eventually it will have to produce a fruit. Now you cannot harvest nothing, you harvest what is called fruit. It is the bumper of what was seeded that you get to harvest. So when a knowledge comes in, there's something eventually that will have to be harvested in that space. And the realm of the Spirit operates in a way that the knowledge that comes, it may not take 3 months like the usual maize can take, or any other crop can take. The ones in the Spirit, in most cases, they can either be given a speed, or they can be given a slow pace. So which means that there's a knowledge that its own fruit can be harvested after 8 months. Another one can be harvested after one week. So you acquire knowledge now, then after 1 week, then you begin to harvest its own seed. Now it depends how positioned are you, because also the seed of that, the fruit of that knowledge will depend on how positioned you are. It is how the things of the Spirit are that a man must be balanced in all ways, that you're not supposed to be caught off guard to lose your stability always. Why do you open the book even writing? You don't see what to write. All this depth I'm saying here. I'm giving dimensions here. What a disciple is writing. So you make me question myself when I'm teaching. I'm releasing some bombshell here, but she's not catching the bombshell. You see, that's the beauty of freedom. Yes, the beauty of liberty, right? Yes, I had to ask. You see, one thing with me, I don't know how to skip by sometimes. So even in the middle of this, I have to ask, why you not like? You're not seeing that I mention these things. You're catching revelation here. You get that? So it flows in a space of seed time and harvest time. And there's always that tendency that begins to determine the time frame for every seed to come into fruition. So it means that there's a not and consume, and it can only be harvested after 3 days, which means that after 3 days you begin to see the fruit of it. Normally the fruit of it is not what you shall get to hide and pick. The fruit of every knowledge is always manifested in the lifestyle of a person. So the way you do life is how we get to know that knowledge that was seeded has already gained momentum to be harvested. So the harvesting of it is always what's called now the manifestation in real life. So how you begin to do life, now that is also conditions with how you think, how you see things, how you reason out issues. It's part of what begin to formulate the essence of the knowledge you caught. Now that knowledge needs to open you up. Now this is why sometimes that knowledge can be seeded yet can be delayed, is in the context of understanding. That though it can be of darkness, though it can be of light. Now that notwithstanding, unless you must catch the understanding of the knowledge that has come, or the understanding of that information, is what shall determine how quick can you begin to enter the fruition of it. So you must begin to know how to understand it. So it can come to you, but you fail to understand it. Now in the space of understanding, again, it's being broken down. That there are those who understand it rightly, and there are those who understand it wrongly. All this understanding, and they begin to form part of the revelation that comes to when a knowledge begin to enter into a man. To what extent are you revealed that this thing can be known unto you? So darkness can teach their own knowledge, and light equally can bring their own knowledge. Now let's read the 1 Timothy. Say what? Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall what? Depart from the faith, then giving heed to what? Then it says what? And doctrines of devils. So there are two things there, and I began to explain last time before our time was up, that there are two things that begins to make a man stay stray out of faith. Right? Now this faith is not the one that you believe that tomorrow I will see life water. So tomorrow I will eat lunch. Now you see, you will eat at lunch tomorrow, but you see, you are still forcing faith. So tomorrow we know. And I said last time that faith doesn't work where there's a solution or there's an option. Faith works where there's no option. So where there's an option, faith is not applicable. What you are doing there, you're just joking yourself. So faith works where there's no option entirely. Now if you have an option, then that's not faith. You get that? Yes. You are only speaking good tidings, but not faith. So that's not. So faith works where there's no option. It means that you create entirely a new thing out of the condition that you're seeing, right? So you create something new out of what you're seeing, out of what might be possibly the option. You create something else. Now that's faith. It is the substance of things hoped for, right? And the evidence of things not seen. It means that you begin to create what was not there. It is not an option. It is not a convenience that is there. It is only the thing that can exist from nowhere. Where there's no solution, there's no option, then you create it. That which has been formed by that creation becomes what the substance of faith. It is the substance of the things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Because even option can see it. So it is beyond option. It is beyond all these things. Now I'm not going to talk about that faith. There is that action of faith, and there's a life of faith. There's what positions you to keep on journeying with God, and there's what makes you to keep on doing life. Those are two things, yet still found within the very fabric of faith. Now these two begin to form the essence of faith. Oh, now have you not read in the scripture that says that now, that when the Son of Man shall come, when he shall come, will he still find faith on earth? That was not the faith for you to be able to claim that job, or for you to be able to move mountains. It was a different aspect of it. Remember, we were saved by grace, all right? And through what? Oh, now these are the one that formed part of the substance of salvation was not the one that used to begin to claim bread and butter tomorrow. That one was the one used to claim jobs. It was part of the God life. And that's the time you begin to see things in the sight of God. That is the life of God. That says a man is living in faith. That man is living in the life of God. They are living in a different time space. So others are living in the present where things are hard. But you see, you, the faith, you are living a different realm and time space. Look at that. That now the space speaker is, no, give me that one for you. There's one, yes, that one. I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he what? Find faith on earth. Is a question. When he shall come, will he find faith? This one was not that will he find them that were claiming jobs by faith. No. Will he find them that were claiming to pay rent by faith? No. So you see, this scripture begins us to position us to open our understanding more of what faith is. It is the substance of things hoped for. Now you see, you are hoping for that job. You begin to feel it, you begin to see it. Faith. You're hoping for that money to come. You begin to see it, you begin to feel it. Faith. You're hoping for healing to come. You begin to feel it, see it. Faith has come. It's a substance. What you're hoping for, that healing you're hoping for, it has come. That money you're waiting for, it has come. They say, and the evidence of things. Now you see, what is present currently, you can see it. There is one that you cannot see, yet it's existing. Its existence is in what we call faith space. It is a faith realm that makes these things to exist. Whereby you can speak with confidence that, oh, just wait, by July I'll be this and that. Now you see, you're not speaking hoping, you are speaking what has to be and what is, because you have seen it. You are living in a different time space. That's why a man who speaks by faith, not everybody will understand them. Sometimes it looks like pride, arrogance, or it looks like you have lost your mind. But see, faith speaks of a different time space. So you must begin to see it. You listen, faith is not what you said that now, I hope tomorrow. No. It's said that now tomorrow will be like this and this. You speak of the creation that shall be, not what you are depending on to be. It's a place of hoping to be. Now, so that if he shall come, will he find faith on earth? Is a different trajectory in this conversation, in the faith conversation. It is the life of God. What begins to power every man to enter that life? So there's a claim that comes. There's a claim that comes. There's a claim that comes. Now go back to Timothy, 1 Timothy. So there are things that begin to take men out of the space of faith. It is the journey of faith. You see, they are not depart. Oh, if that depart means that there was a dwelling place that these men were. So the conversation, the language of departure means that they had to leave that place and go to another place. So some will leave. There shall be a departure of men departing from that place. The space of faith, that realm of faith. That's those who shall leave it. They shall say, okay, we will not continue with this thing. We shall no longer exist or dwell in this thing. So we are leaving it. Something it means that they have embraced something else. Now, there are two things that begins to make men depart from faith. Now, do you know you can still claim that you're born again, but in that language you're departed from faith. You can still be claiming grace, it's still working, because these two components formed part of what created a way for you to enter into salvation. That was grace and what? And faith. These two, they created it. That by this we entered. Oh, so we entered by one and through one. Now these two form part of the whole thing. Oh yeah. Now Jesus said that. Now you say, okay, can you give us that scripture of salvation that comes by? Is it by grace through faith? Through faith by grace? Whatever. Quickly. Agenda, you are very slow nowadays. You're very slow. In fact, leave it now. I don't need it. You're very slow. I said leave it. What are you open? You have a revelation. Let me give you the microphone. So this will be going to form part of the whole component of salvation. The salvation is now formed out of these two. So there's one that a man embraced that made this man to enter that space of salvation. He said, when he shall come, will he still find faith on earth? Now the question was on earth. Now listen. The faith on earth is not powered by other creatures, but it's powered by men. The question was, will he still find men who still are in faith or who still have faith? The earth conversation was an involvement of men. Will he still find faith on earth? You see, earth has nothing to do with faith. The only one who has nothing to do with faith is man who dwells upon the earth. So will you still find faith? Because he knows that if man has faith, man has the potency of also influencing the earth into the same faith. The dominion of earth was also given to this man. Now follow with me. Which means that whatever this man begins to engage in, he can do the same thing to the earth. Because earth was subject to this man. He said, you shall have dominion, which means that that which man was have dominion over was now subject to this man. Whatever this man decided to introduce to the earth, the one that is dominating, earth will consume it without questions. So there was now a cry in the spirit that these men who are now dependent on Jesus, the ones who are carriers of faith, can this faith also find a way that it can be introduced into the system of the earth? Now, the priority was not the earth as a creation having this faith. The priority was the inhabitants of the earth having this faith. That was the principle that began to sustain men on earth. That there was something superior beyond oxygen, something superior beyond what to do, what makes you happy in your physical life. You see, will he still find? If he is asking a question that will the Son of Man shall come, will he still find a faith on earth? Which means that there's a possibility that men can still depart from that faith. Now, Paul is speaking now to Timothy. A conversation has risen again. And he said that now some shall what? Depart from the faith. Giving heed, it means that their ears were now itching for something that was not of the faith that they attained. Their ears began to itch. So these men can depart from faith, but by two means that must expressively enter into them. Just look at that. Say that now the spirit, that spirit was not your more normal demon from a village. That spirit was the Holy Ghost. He says, now the spirit speaketh expressly. This was not Paul. the Spirit was now releasing a communication. It was not out of the wisdom of Paul that was speaking. No, it was the Spirit. And it's so categorical and say what? That now the Spirit what? Speaketh. Look at that. That in the latter times some shall depart from the faith. Now the Spirit was having a conversation. Oh, now the Spirit was already living in the times ahead and is now bringing an express conversation now. That's why he was speaking expressly, right? He was now bringing a conversation because now he's in the times ahead that some shall depart from faith, giving heed to seduce the spirits and what? The doctrines of devils. This had begun to form part of how this man was going to depart from the order of faith. They had to give heed to seducing spirit. Oh, now you see, the doctrine of devils won't have penetrated in the lives of these men unless a seductive spirit had come first. Now, the same way the Holy Ghost cometh and convicts a man, and that man can have now the liberty to receive Jesus. In the same way, the seducing spirits had to come first before the agenda of the doctrines of the devils can be released to the people. So they have to be seduced out of faith. Their ears have to itch for something that makes sense to them, not to God. They have to desire for something else. You see, it all seducing spirits. Now, it means that in the concept of seduction, it will come by the weakness that's already present in the life of a man. So that weakness that's already present in the life of a man, seductive or seduction shall be formed out of it. So a spirit shall come that shall bring seduction, and that spirit shall pull you out of what you used to know. Because now he knows what's the weakness in a man. Oh, now that begins to bring a guarantee that not every seduction is the same to every man. If that spirit shall come, then there will be a variety of seduction that shall come to every man. Oh, some their own seduction is built on money. Some their own seduction is built on good life. Some on sex. Some on drugs. Some on men. Some on women. Some on pride, though they are walking in the full power of God, but pride is their own weakness. So it shall come by that. So what this seducing spirit shall create is what the weakness in you can feed on. So as long as your weakness in you can feed, it is now strengthened. And as long as it is being strengthened, it means that concept, you have embraced it. So if it shall become so strong, it will be so easy for the doctrines of the devils to be released into that man. And that man will become so receptive, because already the atmosphere of that man is already built to become receptive to those doctrines. So that the doctrines are meant to make that man to be more strong in what they are being seduced into. So you are being seduced into something, then the doctrines are released to strengthen you more, to found you more, to make sure that the grounding is so strong. Oh. So when that doctrine shall achieve its own mandate, it means that concept, there's now a possibility that now you have been transformed into something. So you can still be claiming the name of the Lord, because according to you, you feel like you have not departed. So now you see, it is not that you're too weak, no. But normally the devil will use what is in you to deal with you. Now you can be prayerful that there's no gap in you, there's no weak link. Then I see, in that prayerfulness, it begins to create an atmosphere that you only see yourself as the only prayerful one. Pride has entered. It begins to make it that nobody can pray more than you. That no prayer can be had, only your own prayer. So he knows how to bring contamination in a place whereby there was godliness. So you are too powerful, he knows how to enter that space. Or that you can pray non-stop. By that same intercessory mode, he begins to invoke a spirit that shall pull you or shall attract you into something. see, I'm the only one who can sing worship song. If I don't sing, there is no flow of the Spirit. So what he does is that he has to make sure that the pride enters. That you are the only one that can sing and angels come. So when that is fulfilled, then you know what happens. You're being seduced into something. So a gap must be created. Then there's a build-up of that spirit. That doctrine shall be pushed. Oh, that's why now you begin to say, oh, you see, there's no worry. We can just have sex carelessly in the church. After all, God is with us. The doctrine of devils has come. There's no issue. We can come to church today, and tomorrow we still go to the shrines of darkness and consult wizards and mediums and sorcerers. Because after all, grace is sufficient. We are saved eternally. Because the doctrine of the devils has already penetrated in the way that the seductive spirits are created in a man. So you may think that this seduction is only for sex. No, it's not for sex only. It's not only for sex. It cuts across. It's on sex, it's on habits, it's on characters, it's on way of life that this seduction happens. So now remove your mind only to block from sex. Because some of you only think that as long as you can avoid the sex, you're okay. Yet you don't know you're avoiding sex, but you're still building up on something so strong, something of darkness so strong that you don't sleep outside. But you see, the pride in you is so strong, the hatred in you is so strong. So the seductive spirit will now create a way. So these ones will have to give heed to the seductive spirit, and then the doctrine of the devil shall come through. So that doctrine is to power you more in the knowledge of darkness, and you keep on staying in that kind of a seductive atmosphere. So the doctrine is coming to sustain a man in the seductive atmosphere. You have no will, you have no way to leave it. You are being locked into it, you cannot leave it. You cannot stop it. So now you see, it is not only seductive that comes, but again the doctrine itself. So what begins to power you is that doctrine. All men, the lifestyle that you have to follow shall always be formulated out of a doctrine. So the doctrine that you pay heed unto begins to form or dictate how you will be able to do life. So even in this case, that doctrine is to power these men to live in the seductive atmosphere that the spirit of darkness created for them. But do you know you're so powerful than these spirits? Oh, okay, now let me just open you up a bit, then I continue. Now you see, only by the fact that you are created in the image and likeness of God. Do you know what that means? It means that entirely you are God on earth. Okay, let me explain this. It means that the wisdom that God is or God has already been also given unto you by provision or by the essence of you being created in his own image and likeness. Now there's a time I explained that one here, and I say that out of all the creatures, it was only man that was created out of another entity. All right, which means that the pattern of the creation was a copy of another. So God was the original copy. Then you are introduced into the original copy. All right, all the creatures were created by in their own original design. Only you. So this one was not an original design. the first design of this one was God. So when he created one that looks like him or is like him, he also gave that one the spirit that can also have the potency to also reason and think like God. Which means that also Satan knows that what man has is so powerful than what they are being able to comprehend. At the time I told you here that some of you need to activate the godhood in you. In that context, if the devil comes, you can even teach him how to be wicked. Because what man has is so superior than what Satan thinks. Now, some of you think that Satan is the master of wickedness. Do you know you can be too wicked than Satan? Because you are given that thing and you're like God in that wisdom, in your knowledge, in the capacity of your making. You're like God. So in that, if the devil can defeat you, it means that he can defeat God. Now you have to remove that the sense now that you are too weak than Satan. Because if you declare that you are too weak than Satan, it means that Satan is more powerful than God. You begin to downgrade the essence of why God made you in his own image and likeness. You begin to water down everything. Because even the devil knows that he's not powerful than you. He knows that you are too powerful than him. So if you think that he's so powerful than you, means that you will have to begin to downgrade the full potency of God, who God is. Because if God created you like him, and now because now Satan is more powerful than you, it means that even God is too weak than Satan. Now how will God find glory if already the one that he is having hope on to bring glory has already watered down the whole potency? Then some of you are here, you begin to fear one ignorant demon. One demon that knows nothing. Now imagine if you are too knowledgeable than Satan, then a demon that is not even in the level of Satan, you're afraid of that demon. They now start calling them demonology. Now start studying demons. How demons talk, how demons. Now you begin to bring up a curriculum on demons. Now mostly is based on how demons speak during deliverance. So at deliverance they speak. Then you see, not everything they will say to you is true. At least at the garden they say the truth for once. Now not everything they will tell you is true. Sometimes they will try to tell you what is supposed to make you fight the other. You say, you don't know. I was sent by your auntie. Then what next? What will happen next? You begin to form hatred towards your aunt. You don't know. Your husband. Your husband introduced me to this. Your husband opened the way, he came in. Now you begin to develop hatred for your husband. Because the demon said your husband. How many are you? We are 10. Now so you feel the threat. Say, I'm dealing with the threat. I'm done. That day you even come to Nigeria. Now wow. Now you see, the demon has told you there are 10. But you are 1. Say, there are 10. Or they can tell we are in 1,000. Say, if this one is disturbing me like this, I've not even got to the second one. You have to kill me. By the time I get to the 1,000 guy, the 1,000 demon, I'll be finished. Now you begin to build up a system based on what was said in deliverance. You have to know that the devil is always a liar. Now I'll show you that what is being said is true. No, I'll show you. You see, you can only know what is true by you knowing the truth. That when the demon speaks of something, you shall know the truth. Alright? But because of that now, that you see, you are also ignorant, then the demon begins to teach you some things that you didn't know. So if you're not ready for those conversations, kindly just tell the demon to shut up and get out. If you know that conversation is going to confuse you, please don't engage in it. Leave the people that can engage in that conversation to engage into it. You stop it. Don't try to copy everybody who does deliver on TV. Probably some of them have been fed into the deception. They are flowing into it. So some of you, if you don't know the truth, then don't engage. Don't engage. Because some of you might be doctrinized into the doctrines of demons, the doctrine of devils, because you knew not truth. So you are depending on that demon to tell you how many people they have caught in that church, how many persons they are killing, what happened, where do they come from. They tell you, see, we came from the waters. That day we fear going to Mombasa for vacation. If they can come from the waters, I'm not going there, but either I go to my Saimara. They go to my Saimara. Now the ones in my Saimara are also waiting for you. So the next demon shall meet. Why did you catch me? The day you went through Masai Mara, we caught you at the entrance. Say, okay. And then they tell you, see, even in Masai Mara we have 7 altars. So you have cancelled going to the beach for vacation. Now you have cancelled Masai Mara. The next time you go to a hotel in town, a good hotel, you ate well. So when a delivery happens, they tell you, you don't know. That waiter that served you, I was that waiter. So what happens next? You say, me and hotels, we are done. We are done. So say, I will stay in my house and in church and in my business, then I go back. The next time he comes now, I say, how did you come? You don't know. I came through your dream. From that time, you are now, you fear even sleeping. When you see darkness, night time coming, you say, my hour of torment has come. So you don't sleep the whole night. So you think that you are praying the whole night. Umbe, you are afraid of demons. That's it, they came through sleep. You say, I will shut that door that they came in. I will not sleep. Father, grace not to sleep. No, God will not give you such grace. That is fear. That is stupidity that comes by fear. I give the grace not to sleep. Now you see how some of you depend on demons to tell you things. So you find that our own ministry is built on demonic information. Not the God information, but that will come from demons. So it means that every time now we have to do deliverance because the demon last time said this and that happened to you. Now do you know sometimes they can say things, and not that because they are there that it happens, but because consciously you have already locked it into you. So consciously you think that's happening, yet it's not. Yes. Now those of you can be caught by dreams, eating in dreams. But see, that time the one you dreamt like you are eating was not demonic, but because you had that demon saying, we caught you by food. Not even you are just somewhere randomly just here someone being delivered, and then the demon shout, by food we catch you in dreams. Say, no wonder my things are not going well. It's like they caught me in that dream. So then you come and say, Pastor, I dreamt I was eating. I dreamt I was eating, heavily eating. So you say, they caught me. Now, not everybody is being caught by food in the dream. So stop being foolish. Not everybody is being caught by food in the dream. Are you getting me? Stop inviting battles that are not in your case. Stop. The day shall be caught by eating in the dream. That you will know that you are caught. You will know. If you are sensitive in the spirit, you will know. But how can they catch you, but yet to have caught? Only if you give heed to seducing spirits, it will be so easier for you to be caught. Some of you, your appetite is too high. So the devil has seen, or demons have seen the gap that comes by appetite. And they know you love those drumsticks, the one that's sizzling, that comes. So in the dream, it is sizzled and it's being brought to you. Say, So in that part you are just dancing. Then the drumsticks are there, they are sizzling. You say, you pick one, you eat. Pick two, you eat. So he knows. By the consumption you have entered something else. So now don't say all the time that because you saw something in dream, because you had it somewhere, so you are being caught. No, you will make Christianity to become boring. Christianity is one of the powerful assets that we have on earth. It is God dwelling in men. So how possible that the things of darkness can threaten you? Sometimes trouble comes, just laugh. Some things don't need prayer, just laugh on them. It's a mystery that is carried in the wings of laughter. Just show your mind, show your mind, show your mind. Not everything you respond to Not everything you give your attention to. Sometimes this needs to happen. Ignore them. By ignoring them, some will disappear. Some will cease from happening. Some will cease. You get that? Now, do you know there's a time that hunger or sleep can come? It can come so heavy. You're about to go. Then as you persevere and decide to ignore it and decide to do your own things, do not sleep can cease. Even hunger. Your stomach can be rambling. They need food. Then you ignore it. Do you know it will depart without you eating? Do you know how many sometimes how some people can stay the whole night just praying or studying the word or just with God? Yet sleep was there. Sleep came around 9, 10, 11. Sleep was pushing. But they remained consistent with what they were doing, and they failed to give attention to the sleep. The sleep departed, boom. And then sleep also becomes now the sleep now start having pride. You say, because you refused me at 10 p.m. Now it is 4 a.m. You have gone to sleep. It is not coming. So you have to trick it. You have to seduce it. So you have to go with your phone, go to TikTok, so sleep can come. The more you do that, sleep will come. Oh, it's 7 in the morning. Sleep does not come. Then it will wait for you. Now it comes at around 12 noon when you don't need it. Now is how life is designed. That what you give attention to begins to affect you. You see, there's a might God has given us by the concept of spirit life. That what we carry inside is so heavy, is so powerful and of full authority, that the things we see in this life you will not be able to scare us. And I'm telling you, some of you, the demons you fear are too ignorant. The information you have, that demon that you are scared of does not have that information. If the devil knew all things, why should we have familiar monitoring spirits? If darkness knew everything, why should we have spirits that they are busy monitoring you? Because some of you speak too much. The day you spoke about that thing, the following day that thing ceased. You speak too much. You share too much. Something happens when you are on WhatsApp status. You speak too much. Speak too much. You tell everybody everything. Everything. So that those people are there waiting to get information. The way they are monitoring you is to get information. Then that information shall be used against you. That information can be used to kill your own joy. So they're yapping every hour. Do you know why most drunkards don't succeed in life? They speak too much when they're drunk. Now you see what the Bible is warning against, being too much drunk with wine. He said, don't be too much drunk with wine. Okay, he said, don't be too much drunk with wine. If you catch it, you can catch it. He said, don't be too much drunk with wine. Should I emphasize? I know Force is looking for that. You said this wine cannot pass by. Don't be drunk with wine. Where in what? Are you people reading that? That, and be not drunk with wine wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. Where it I'm not saying you live here and start being drunkards. And you see, talk about wine, don't go and start drinking janga. Right. There are things if you teach you now, you can become sinners tomorrow. So we better not teach you. Now, you see those people who get drunk every time, every day. You know those daily drinking officers, the one who drink every time. Those guys, most time you find that their things are not moving well. There's a bit of struggle as long as they can get money for alcohol, they're okay. That alcohol is the only thing they have in life. It's the only project they have in life. Because the day that they got that job in that office, they drank that night and they spoke too much. They even left the bar. Before they entered the house, they were shouting in the compound, "I'm a new CEO." What are you telling me? Now, the following day in the morning, there was no more CEO in his name. Because something happened. It was caught. Now you see why? You see, because if you are drunk, you cannot control yourself. Get that? Yes. If you love speaking too much, you speak too much. If you love fighting, you might be fighting. Or it makes you become self. You cannot. There's no self-control. It breaks that hold. So there are those monitoring spirits. Now, if the devil knew all things, why should there be a deployment of the monitoring spirits? So now you see, what I'm trying to tell you is that you know so much than the devil. You know so much than Satan. You know so much. Satan was part of his identity. Jesus. There are so many spirits that have different identities in that realm. That's why we have what called the devils. Now, the devil, there's an interpretation of the devils we call the demons. Now, so don't just that Satan is just devil like that. That is the only devil. Just a matter of interpretation, different versions. That devil means, another one means demons. That's why if you see, say what the doctrines of what devils, it is in plural, not in singular. Right? And this is the doctrine of Satan only. One day I will teach you on those realms. I don't want to go there now. Because even those realms, there are demons, or there are different spirits that are in charge of different dockets. You get that? Different dockets. Satan knows that does not have the knowledge of all things. You see, God knows all things, yet He decided to give other spirits different responsibilities. He assigned them. But some of the ones that are in the camp of darkness, and some of them are the ones who fell, right, during the great rebellion from the heavens, and their jurisdiction they were having, they still own it, yet in the wisdom of darkness now, but not now in the activeness of light. Are you following me? That which they had before, it was not that it was taken away from them. No. It's only that the responsibility as far as divinity is concerned was taken away from them. But you see, they are now responsible for that docket in darkness. So their own deployment is dependent on what they were responsible for, that was divinely taken away from them when they rebelled. You get that? So now you see, the whole mapping. We shall discuss that on another day. So what you have by the spirit life in you is so heavy than who the devil is. So we are not here just telling you, fight the devil, is a liar. Fight him, is a liar. He will kill you, fight him. He will kill you, fight him. He cannot kill you unless you decide to kill yourself. Do you know he couldn't make man to fall until man decided to fall by himself? That's why he had to come and seduce man, because he had the seducing spirit. He's a seducing spirit. It's part of his nature. Seduction. So he came and gave a good offer to this man and became itching to the ears of man. Man couldn't resist. He couldn't resist. You get that? He couldn't resist. And you see, he came and he told man the truth. He said, if you shall eat of this fruit of this tree, you shall not die, but shall surely be as gods. So was he lying? But you see, he seduced man to enter into disobedience. That's why the first thing, that he's a seducing spirit. You get that? He's a seducing spirit. The seduction in him. So that seductive nature, he will either speak the truth of the thing that is happening, or he will lie to you. So there are two variations when it comes to seduction. You think that, you are very prayerful, you are very strong in prayer. And it's not true you are strong in prayer. So speaking who you are truly are, that you are strong in prayer, right? Then in that, it begins to build up a different perspective of it. Then it takes you out of the divine order. And then what's now being pumped into you is that by that, as long as you become receptive to that seduction, it opens the way for the teaching to come. The teaching is now the doctrine aspect. That doctrine, there's now a demon that shall come and begin to teach you. As that demon teaches you, now you begin now to retreat out of the divine order and divine mandate. So you can still be coming to church and you're still doing prayer, but no, there's no more that fire that was in your tongues and your prayers are no longer there. So what has remained with you is the name. You get that? You used to be powerful as a minister, a worshiper, a minister of the word, or whatever in ministry. Then the seduction came in and you embraced it, and then a demon came and began to teach you. So there's a doctrine of demons being pumped into you. When that happens, you are not being taken out. So now you remain in ministry, but the fire is gone. We no longer catch the fire you used to have. It is gone because your dwelling place is not in Zion. Zion has already deregistered you. You have been registered somewhere else. Your dwelling place is not in Zion because that doctrine has powered you into a different space. So what have remained is a name. So people can invite you, come and minister to us, but see, the one they're inviting is just a container. There's no fire in it. The fire is gone. Now, so what will happen is that you now begin to sleep with people in church or in whatever thing in ministry. You begin to steal money. You begin to cause chaos. You begin to do all these things. Now, the agenda of demons, the doctrine of demons that are being pumped into you, begin now to make you begin to cause chaos in the body of Christ and make many to fall away from faith. So you become one of the agents that darkness is using to draw men out of faith. So you may think that you're preaching by the power of God. Oh, people are seeing light, they're seeing light, they're seeing light, they're seeing light. But you see, there's no light they're seeing. They're being taken out of it. People can be falling under, say, they're falling under the anointing. No, some are falling because there's already a trend that was created that whenever you minister, people have to fall. So some will fall by that trend. You lay hands on them, impartation of demons has come. Because every man is powered by a spirit. That spirit is the one that is being imparted to men. He imparts that spirit to men. You get that? Yeah. So you love laying of hands, then one comes and lays hands on you, then for not everybody who says Lord, Lord, Lord shall enter the kingdom. It tells you that we can have so many wolves in the sheep cloth. You get that? Because the seductive spirit came and that man was into it, and then the doctrines of devils was now powered into them. Now what that happens that now demons or the dark spirits will begin to teach you the things of darkness, which means that the agenda is of darkness. So by that you have to be made in the awareness of darkness. Now same as the Spirit of God, that the Holy Ghost teaches you the ways of light. Now Jesus calls him the Spirit of truth, right? Which means that he comes to speak or to reveal the person of truth to you. The same way the spirit that comes by the doctrines of devils is a seductive spirit that has to draw men into damnation. So what happens that spirit comes as the spirit of seduction and pushes all men into seductiveness that keep on drawing them away. So as long as you drink from the well of that seduction, you keep on being drawn away. So it's not only in the aspect of sex. You may be a good one, you don't sleep around, but the way you are living your life is full of darkness. And you can preach and say, oh, those who are sleeping outside, you are cursed. But see, even the one who said that those who are sleeping outside is cursed, them themselves, they are cursed. Because they are preaching what they're not doing, but they are not touching what they're doing. How many people do we hate? They hate a good number of people. How many people they're competing with? They're competing with a good number of people. Pride has entered. Pride has found a home, a stronghold it has become. So they can now begin to see themselves that we are too holy because we don't sleep around. Yet they're the worst people. So now you see, you don't take. You see what you are not doing. Don't begin to judge men who are doing what you're not doing. Because even them, they are not doing what you are doing. You get that? It's the aspect of every man having their own strength and weaknesses. A man who cannot close their zip, does not mean that you, because you close your own zip, you can judge that man. And they can't close their zip, but they have a good hand. They don't hate anybody. They love all men. There's no pride in them. But you will close your zip. Pride is killing you. So at least you're not sleeping around, but you see, something else is killing you. Now you see how it's so important that every man must self-evaluate themselves always, and the Holy Ghost must always give you the hunger and the wisdom to always regulate yourself. There's something you don't do, but somebody's just doing. The man that is a chronic thief, but that man who is a chronic thief don't take alcohol, don't smoke bang. You get that? There's one that is a witch, but they don't sleep with women. They don't sleep with men. They don't steal. They don't hate anybody. But at night, you find them naked. They're going around the fire at night. They're summoning that time. You who is good, they have your pitch in their hands. You wake up and things are not okay. The guy was dealing with you at night. That chant is good for witches, right? If you copy it, you can enter that dimension. You can enter that dimension. For me, it's so easy to relate with them. I told you I once tried to become a witch. I was becoming a witch. Very powerful. This thing can do them. Now you see now the difference. Have you seen a church elder? A guy who's so strong and faithful to God. He's always punctual to church, cleans the church, sits in the front chairs. I'm not saying you, right? So sits in the front chairs. When they go back to at home, they kill their kitchen. The way witches kill chickens, they don't slaughter with knife. They strangle them, they pull them. They throw it. So as long as the chicken is just jumping, they're busy. And they're jumping and they're the most good people. This one is good. Be like so and so. Be like, you don't know what that person is doing at night. The fact that those wore those dark clothes or red clothes, they are busy. You find that they're the most cultic people at night in that room. Samantha. So you say, that bar is good, but at night they have a room that they go at night. Samantha. Queen of the waters, come. Then you say, that person is good. At night they are busy dealing with you. That goodness. They greeted you. That hand, they make sure that it does not touch anything. They have to go on their own shrine. Samantha. Then they put your hand on the white hand. And they take it and put it in a pot. That's how you've lost it. See, I'm giving those tricks. I give those tricks. Now you see, I have told you, some of you come from good places. Thank God for you. Thank God for you. Some of you come from places that are very hostile. Everybody is good until you meet them in the spirit. I'm telling you, everybody's going until you meet them. The realm of the spirit. Then you realize that it's not what we see at daytime that matters. It's what we see at night. Look at that. You catch that guy doing their own. You. Now is it that? That's how people have lost their own lives and destinies. You get that? They've lost it. One sleeps with the man, that the man takes their panties and does his own things with. That's how they lost it. A woman sleeps with a man. They use protection. After that one, the man throws in the dustbin. The woman has to go to the dustbin and take it. And goes and does her own things. This life, if you don't have God, sometimes we joke too much. Now, if God can just open your eyes to see what He has protected you from, some of you can faithfully serve God with now an increased seriousness. If you can only see it, because some of you, if God can show you how many things that belongs to you are taken, but nothing happened to you because you are protected, you can serve God with seriousness. You can serve, if you begin to pray, you can pray like you mean it. But see, we are still in a place whereby there's no pressure. There's no pressure. So the army came and see, this guy was too relaxed. I said, Master, we need to run. God opened his eyes. When the eyes were open, what he saw was not what he was seeing before. Some of you, what can happen to when God opens your eyes to see what is happening? You will be serious with God. That guy who was afraid and wanted to run away, I was telling Elisha, let's go. When he saw what was happening around them in the spirit, he still came and said, we're running. We are sorting. We have enough protection. If God can open some of your eyes to see, you will notice that God has protected you from what will have killed you 10 years ago. That cup you used to drink water with, well, they took it. I said, this one is a point of contact. They try to do their things, they could succeed. Because the protection was so strong, they couldn't survive it. They say, and I'll say, oh God. You are still serving God with convenience. Because you have yet to see the great manner of protection that He has given unto you. I've told you that there are difference in spirit life and life in the spirit. The spirit life is the nature you are having in the spirit. The life in the spirit is operations in the spirit. These are two things. One is on the nature, the other one is the operation. Now, on the part of operation, many are affected. That's why you want to carry, because you have no understanding of what to carry. So when manipulation comes, eventually you are drawn away in the oblivion of darkness, because you have no awareness of who you are. That God, that the one that lives in me is God. He is the most powerful, more than any spirit, more than any demon, any witch, more than Satan, more than anything. Is the most stronger one. You sleep at night, but you are too afraid because you have not yet known who you are. You have not yet known who you are. That's why even your prayers are too conflict. You pray like you are going to die. You pray like there's no hope. You pray like your life depends on another man to survive. You pray like your life depends on Satan to continue staying on earth. You pray like death can come anytime and kill you, because you don't know who you are. You pray like you see, you can die, you can just suffer anytime. You pray like there's no hope, that even the life you're living on a borrowed time. Who said you're living on a borrowed time? And some people can even go and start preaching it in churches. Oh, we are living in borrowed time. Work out. There's no borrowed time here. This is a full life God gave us. God in us is not borrowed. Saying that we are living on borrowed time. You're saying that we are living on a God we borrowed? No. Is the one that resides completely in us. So the one you have is the one that can make you be shielded when demons try to attack you at night. Is the one that protects you when witches try to invoke their charms and all these things against you. Is the one that protects you. So you must know first who you are. If you shall know first who you are, that's why Elisha knew who he was. Therefore, he knew what was around him. He knew, oh, they cannot go beyond that wall. They're protected. So he knew. So you, when the day of adversary comes, will you shrink or will you stand? When that day comes, will you cry or will you just be there resting? Because you know that the victory has been won even before it has started. That's how how people in church, in salvation, do their things. That our battles are won even before they start. Now, they start as far as the things of the flesh are concerned, because these things are always won in the spirit before they start in the physical. So it means that in the spiritual realm, the battle had already started. In the physical, it has not yet. So even before it starts in the physical, it was already won in the spirit. It means that your eyes and your operation must be understood in the spiritual angle. That day they took your clothes. You gave somebody, I will let you this clothes. Go. I see, I've increased my body size, so it's not fitting. Just take it. Then the one that you gave that clothes, the good heart, they took it for their own things. He said, this one, how can she succeed in life more than me? They tried to do their own things. But see, even at that, it didn't come to you, it didn't affect you. It didn't affect you. Yet charms were thrown in that cloth, things were done in that cloth, blood was thrown in that cloth, but nothing happens to you. Nothing happened to you. No, because they were powerless, no. At least the depth they get and they affect other people. But your case, they didn't affect you because the protection around you is so heavy. The battalions surrounding you is so heavy. Even if they close that battalion, you yourself, you are fire. You need to see yourself in the spirit. Some of you just think that you see yourself in the spirit, you are just a naked being walking. You need to see yourself in the spirit. The kind of nature you are in the spirit. Because every man has got a nature they carry in the spirit. Some move as fire, some move as a misty wind, some move as a great water. You must understand your nature in the spirit. Some move in the great essence of light. You must understand that nature in the spirit. So that even if they close the wall of the protection, they cannot get to you because you are a mystery of existence. There's a way even demons get to see the spirit of every man. That when they see you, they see something else. You may see as I said, oh, to men you can be a lady, but that demon is not seeing a lady. He's seeing fire. So they get the sight on you, they fail to look at you. Say, God, when they look at you, they see fire burning and their sight cannot sustain it. When they look at you, they see light. They have to look away. It's a call to you people tonight. That you must understand what you're made of, what you're built of, what you become. We know that the name that they gave you and they wrote it on your IDs and your birth certificate is your biological name. But you know your identity in the spirit. You must know that one in the spirit. Every man that is ignorant, a man that is ignorant of the things of the spirit becomes meal to darkness. They will feast on you. You must know it is it is guaranteed that awareness is what must carry you. That awareness. So how much do you know? How much do you know? How much do you know? Like I said, we are giving you 3 days. If you don't die, now you see, they are giving you a death ultimatum. I am telling you, some of you will go and start begging. Please don't kill me, I will do everything I want to do. I will do everything. Don't kill me. Some of you begin to beg. If a man tells you, I'll give you 3 days to die, How will you respond? It's a confidence of your awareness that will speak. Tell them, you see, that 3 days you have said, make sure I die. If I don't die, I will come to your funeral. It is the confidence you are having that will speak for you. See, some people are still good with God until darkness pushes you to the wall, and you are threatened by darkness. That day, you forget God. You say, let me first of all save my life, then I will come to God. Yet don't know that it's God that has protected your own life. Not because of what you did, not because of what you can do. They come and tell you, oh, you are joking with me. Let's see if you shall see tomorrow. The son has begged, please don't kill me. I didn't mean it. Oh, they have said, let's see if you shall see tomorrow. You have to tell them, make sure I don't see tomorrow. If I see tomorrow, I will come for your own funeral. It is how the awareness in you speaks. Jesus, it is the authority of God in you that begins to form part of your utterances. How much do you know? Because you know little, so they can play with you. Do you know how many people have greeted it? I know they are servicing dark altars. I know that I've greeted them, I've sat down with them, I've ate with them, nothing has happened to me. Not because I was ignorant, no. Not because I know they can't do anything to me. Oh, you think I don't know? They tried, they have been tried, they have never succeeded. Some of these are in my village. I will laugh with them, sit with them and joke with them. They can do nothing. They know. But the day they tried, they faced they saw the result. They cannot try again. So when they see me, have you been a place you have defeated Satan and this Satan wants to become your friend? This one, if I don't befriend this one, I will not survive in this place. You have dealt with the witch, and did that witch want to become your best friend? Say, if I don't befriend this one, I will not survive this territory. So the only way to do it, I have to cover my operation by being friends with this one. So they have now ceased. They say, we shall no longer touch this one. We shall no longer. So you can sit, you can do anything, they can do nothing on you. Is how much you know yourself. You see, I'm trying to power you into the awareness of who you are. And by this message, some of you even here and online, you will realize that darkness will no longer have a hold on you. If you shall enter into the claiming, you have to enter in the awareness. You must claim who you are. Stop living a fake life. Claim who you are. That fear is not you. Oh, that terror is not you. You must be who you are. You must be who you are. You must be who you are. You see, they have threatened you for long. It's enough. It's enough with their threats. It's enough with their threats. They have said nobody in this family can make it beyond that point. Then rise and say, oh, make sure I don't make it. If I make it, if I make it, make sure you're not close to me, because you will not see me making it. You will depart from the face of the earth. It's a language that speaks. Now, do you know authority is always also expressed by what you say? Do you know that? The authority is also expressed by utterances. How you speak will tell us, will make us know whether you are strong or not, whether you know who you are or not. They say, oh, you will fall like others. Start begging. Oh, please don't. You say, I didn't mean it. Make sure I don't fall. Because if make sure I fall. Because if I don't, you will not see the light of the day. It's how you stand on your own utterances. Oh, do you know, if you know who you are, your utterances become God's utterances. That the things you speak, God has spoken. Do you know that? That was the reason why you are made to be kings and priests. That in the concept of the king, when you sit on that throne of the king, and you speak, every word that comes from your mouth is a law. If you speak death, death shall it be. If you speak life, life shall it be. The words of a king, whether the king is drunk or sober, if he speaks, that word becomes a law. If a king say, I will take 10 heads of men by tomorrow morning, that word become a law. 10 heads must be provided for breakfast on the table of the king. And he was drunk, and he began to cry and say, I didn't mean this, I was drunk. It will not be known that he was drunk. He spoke about 10 heads, and 10 have been given. How much do you know of yourself? What the awareness of God in you? You can start the proclamations of Jesus and make those decrees. It's a wake-up call to all men that call themselves Christians. They call themselves believers. Call themselves that we are the sons of God. We are the children of God. We are them that are of God. As long as you identify with any system or any part of God, then you must begin to invoke the God in you. That's why I said, greater is he in the book of 1 John, is it chapter 4? That greater is he that is in you than what? He that is in the world. Oh, there's a great man living in me. It's a confession you must be making. It's an assurance you must come into aware of. That great one lives in me. I'm untouchable. I'm the most powerful one. Authority is in me. Nobody can touch me. Nobody can threaten me. Oh, Jesus is in me. The Holy Ghost functions in me. God in me is alive. I'm the life of God. If you touch me, you touch God. It will backfire on you. These are things that you need to speak. As long as you can speak them, they begin to form part of your fabric. Oh, do you know, if the moment you make all these declarations about who you are, you are waking Godhood in you. Jesus. As long as you can speak of these things, what you are awakening is Godhood. Is God in you. You are awakening God. So the more you keep on speaking, it becomes alive. That the day that adversary shall appear, the one that we spoke of will have to stand before even you see it. That's the God I'm talking about. Is who you became. Okay, give us John 16:13. Is who you became. Is who you became. Look at that. He says what? How be it when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he will what? Guide you into all truth. For he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever shall he hear, that shall he speak, and he will show you things to come. Now quickly move on. John 14 again. Give me 14 verse 17. Quickly. Move. And I say, even what? The Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot what? Receive, because it sees him not, neither knows him. But he know him, for he dwelleth with what? And he shall be in you. Did he say in the church? Did he say in the walls, on the trees, on the air? He said, he shall what? Be in. Now, do you know that these are statements of Jesus? Not the statement of the apostles, no. He says that for he dwelleth with you first. It begins to form part of your company, part of the association. Then it didn't stop there. It didn't say that now you shall only dwell with. You see, with is an external conversation. And now he enters further and says, apart from being external, it shall also dwell what? In you. The Holy Ghost in me. That's God in you. Do you know why it's God? Say, the Spirit of truth. The same Jesus is saying that I am the truth. So the Spirit of truth, Jesus is the Spirit of him that came. So God came as a spirit into your own spirit. So he is with you, and he is what? In. You need to know who you are. Okay, give me again John 15:26. Now you need to know who you are, because sometimes we miss it. Look at it, say what? But when the Comforter is come, whom I will send unto you from what? From the Father, even the Spirit of which proceeded, right, from what? He shall testify of me. As long as he's in you, the one that is being testified of becomes alive. So that even the Spirit of truth is the one that is in you. This one needs to make the church to be awakened. There's something that needs to kindle the fire. When you sit down, you see God. When you sleep, you see God. When you walk, you see God. When you eat, you see God. When you do this, you see God. When you're in a shower, take a shower, you are seeing God. It is something must be rekindled. Now all men must begin to see these things. Who are you? That's the question must be asked. These are the things that begins to position us to be of a difference. What distinction can we bring unless we come to the awareness of who we are? Of who we are. That's the God in us. You begin to see him. You are writing, you are seeing him. You are dressing, you are seeing him. Oh God, today we look so smart. You do all this thing, you see him. It's how you begin to position aside that the things of God begin to make sense by always. If I walk, Jesus is walking. If I do all these things, he's doing all these things. When was the last time that you saw God in all these things? You are writing that exam, Jesus. We are busy writing these exams. When was the last time you are chatting on WhatsApp? Oh, God is chatting. Is it how you are being awakened to begin to express the great image of God, that when men sees you, they don't see Wavina, they see Jesus. When you begin to speak, oh, God is speaking. There is a formation of utterances by the Spirit life in every man. For how long shall we be weak? For how long shall we be weak? For how long shall we be weak? We have been weak for long. The time has come that the giant in us must be awakened, that the lion in us must roar, that the eagle in us must begin to soar. That time has come. But God in us is the one we begin to see. You are crossing the road, oh, Jesus is here. You appear in a meeting, Jesus is here. You go home, Jesus has come. How you see him is the God in you. He said he shall dwell with you and shall dwell in you. It's a dualship conversation. That door is around me. Again, it's my insight. I begin to partake of him, and in the fellowship of God, I'm of him by all means. There's an assurance that the order of God has found a way in me. How can he trust me with this thing? That the day I received of him, the same Spirit of truth came. That is good, and I go, that he may come, and he shall not go, he shall not come and go back. No, he shall dwell. Now that's the conversation. He shall dwell. It's the conversation. We have been straying away. But see, the call has come that all men must draw back the conversation of Zion. The mountain is calling. Zion is calling. The mountain is calling. When these creatures begin to cry, that can the Son of Man manifest? They begin to cry because they know there's something in you. They know there's who you are that must begin to be awakened. They're waiting for the roar. They don't get it. Because the one that is carrying God, the one our hopes is on, is still asleep. They're waiting. That's the God in me. The fullness of him. The great one in me. That the day he came, I became of him. When I speak, God speaks. When I pray, God prays. When I eat, God eats. When I do things, God is